So here is the library. To start with, the heart of the library is right here in the multis. So if we go here to MegaMagic Violin, make sure you check out the multis. I had a customer contact me earlier wanting a refund because they didn't know that there were multis. And the multis is where the great things happen. If you just call up this library, you go to program mode, you go MegaMagic Violin, bass, BPM chord, BPM effects. This is violin. This isn't violin. I don't understand. You will not notice this is a violin library if you go straight to just program mode and play it. You will later, if you get down the list to the pads, some of the... But we really kind of went out into synthy, creative, cinema soundscape kind of land in the patches mode. So if you're in patches, you're not going to get what you find here in the multi mode. In multi mode, if you go here, you will find a violin. So you won't find this in program mode because this is using multiple samples. And I wish that I had the facilities inside of Omnisphere to use more samples. I'm only using 8 samples across the keyboard. So it's not a perfect violin. It doesn't compare to the $120, $150, $300 libraries that have 20,000 samples to do a violin. But I'm doing something very close in quality. I mean, it's not, well, it is what it is. I'm using 8 samples that were very, very carefully selected, mapped, programmed, and so forth. We are including other articulations. Each one of these you see there's a dry, ambient, MegaMagic 1, MegaMagic 2. Let me explain quickly that the dry is the original recordings. When we go to the ambient and the MegaMagic, we're adding additional processing to the samples so that it sounds like a concert hall kind of a sound. The MegaMagic 1 is this really long, lush reverb. And the reverb just rings. And then we looped it in there so that it rings forever if you want. And then the MegaMagic 2 is using a really cool reverb called a shimmer reverb, which has the octave shifting. You hear that octave stuff coming in? That's also recorded into the samples and then looped. So it goes forever. And we did that to each articulation. So if you go to no vibrato, this is more for your straight playing. Or for more dramatic. Right? These, I think this works better with the MegaMagic for more of a. That, just like that, kind of like it's very dry. There's no vibrato, so it's very dry. The reason I include those, obviously, is to give the library more legs, and reverb and this type of processing makes the samples, I'm not trying to go for real. That's already been done. It's done very well by other companies. So I'm trying to provide something different, bring something different to the table. The crescendos are both without loops, so you can... And it just rings out, and it will fade out. But we also looped it. So if you call up the loop, it gets to the top, and right there we froze it. right? Okay. The down up is where we get a little more realism in phrases, because there's a down and an upstroke. So if you're trying to play lead lines, melodies with the solo instrument of the violin, this might work better. Than just the vibrato version. It just sits there with a vibrato, but there's no motion. So we added motion with both the down up, which is the down and upstroke. So then, and we looped it, so she'll keep us doing this forever. And then there's also down here the motion slow, which is the same idea but more. She did these like a number of times before we'd loop. So that kind of a thing, right? There's pizzicato, there's spiccato in here. It's a solo instrument, so. And then the ambient, you'll hear that type of thing. And then again, the MegaMagic's long reverb. But I programmed the envelope so you can play it short. As soon as you hold it, it's gonna like blossom out and do its cool thing, right? Same thing with spiccato. There's a down and an up. Up here, I have some BPM things I did very quickly. There's one, and then there's two. And if you look at one of these patches, if we bring these all down here, it's if we bring it all the way up, it's a different stroke. So you can go between the two strokes. There's no velocity to it, so that you gotta use the mod wheel. So when you play it, it's very much in your face. There's also a couple versions, if you go down the list here, of the velocity. Where are they? Velocity spiccato. So this is the velocity. This is that spiccato, but now made. And then I also made a version with MegaMagic reverb. And that blooming is a really cool effect. And then the MegaMagic 2 blooming is also. So it's more about new sounds, stuff you haven't heard before, stuff other libraries cannot give you, is really what I'm trying to put a little bit of in the library. So that's what you find here. Now, above this, you see the trio. I took some sounds from the cello, from the viola library, and from the violin library, and put them all together. So it's very nice. It's fun to play. Okay, so the cello, this is a bonus. I was thinking to make it like you have to buy all 3 libraries, and I decided not to do that, so that if you buy the violin library, you do get something like that. The demo library is really fun. By the way, the demo library is only available for a couple more days, and then it's gone. We'll be taking that off from the website so that only the full version is available. Let me see if there's there might not even be a link right now on the website to get to it. If you type in MegaMagic Violin demo in in Google search, you will find it. That's the only way to find it right now. That's the $2 library. It now comes with all of the patches that were made by all of you guys, all the Guru Nation people. This library is available still for a short period of time left. If you want it, but you have to type in what I just typed in, MegaMagic Violin Demo Library, and it will show up. Okay. The link in the description is, oh, it is? Oh, sorry. Let me fix that. So if we go here to the full library, copy. Here's the link. I'll update the link in the description here. Because I didn't update that part of the link, but it's $42. It will be $49. Also, right here, you can get to the bundle. I'm selling a bundle of all 3 libraries. If you want to get all 3 at once, if you don't have them, it's a great way to get all 3 and save some money. So there's a link to the bundle right here. As you scroll down the page, it'll show up right here. Okay. And I sincerely thank all of you for your support in business. Hey, Nico. Guys, all of you that are here that did patches, you guys did so great. I mean, there's so much fun stuff. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to show you guys what we can do beyond this. What's fun is that you have all these really nice instruments to work with in the multi-mode, but then the program mode just opens up all these really cool things to play with that you could literally write just music for. I mean, it's pretty insane. So let's keep going. I want to show just finally the whispers. These are 3, or there's actually more than that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like 5 different libraries. The link below. Yes. The link below the YouTube live stream. Yes, I fixed that. Let's update all the text. There. So hopefully YouTube will update and change the text. It takes it a minute to update, but it will update to the correct link to the library. So the whispers, the one thing about that is that when you play them, they're very soft. Oh, are the user patches also included? They are not included at this point. I did that with the viola library, so I'll probably do that with this library. If you buy, I should do that. We'll make it so that I'll put the violin demo library with MegaMagic Violin. The link will update. Oh, okay. I'm hitting the update link over here. Let's see if that updates the link for you guys in a way. Yeah, if you, that's why it should go away. Don't buy the demo library if you want to own the MegaMagic Violin library. I will put all the user patches. It will be a separate download and a separate .omnisphere file, because when people were making patches, we named the demo samples have a little D right here at the beginning of the name. That way they're the demo library, so I'd be able to know the difference. So it will be a separate library. It's its own 18 samples. Even though those 18 samples are found in the full library, they do have a different name. So we will do that for sure. In fact, I should probably I'll try to get that up and updated shortly. It'll probably be tomorrow though, because I'm leaving, or Monday. It'll be a couple days. Yeah, you need Omnisphere. It's an Omnisphere only library at this point. I think that I'm going to be working on a contact thing that will probably have all the libraries in it. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong instrument. Yeah, so here we are. If you go over here to the whispering, these are wonderful because they start super soft. And then you're the conductor now, and the mod wheel. And there's a whole bunch of different ensembles. That's just the dreaming, so it's very dark, kind of mellow. So you can do that kind of stuff. There's also whispering to the trio, just the trio by itself. And you'll also have it with orc. So it's got the atmosphere strings. Really fun to work with. You can do some wonderful things. There's a whole bunch of demos. I've gotten more people involved in making demos than I've ever done before. And thank you to all of you. If you go to the SoundCloud Plugin Guru page, here, let's go there real quick. SoundCloud. And if we go to the tracks, all of these tracks, Jeff Jordan, Michael Ellery, Bob Ditas did a wonderful piece. Stefan Baer did 2 pieces that are incredibly great. He has a new library for Zebra out that came out today too. I did some libraries. Henrik did a really cool piece using just the demo and just his factory, just the patches that he did. That is really cool. So please check those out. You can play them from the Plugin Guru website too. We've got them right there to the right on the main page for the library. So that's all of that. Now, I wanted to cover really quickly. If you buy this library and you're new to this whole thing, you download this. This is what comes in the download. The .omnisphere file. To load that, you just go over here and you say install.omnisphere. And you say continue and you navigate to this folder. And you select it and load it. Okay. There's also bonus presets. This is the bonus. I'm updating this January of this coming into this year. I'm going to update these with new things from all the new libraries and stuff, but I haven't done that yet. These are the same that come with every library. They're bonus arpeggiator, effect, envelope presets. And to get these to work, you need to put them into your Steam folder. If you don't know where your Steam folder is, you can hit the Spectrasonics logo, hit diagnostics. It will do a count of all the files that it's looking at. And it will tell you those numbers. There's number of factory sound sources, almost 5,000. Number of factory patches are over 8,000. Factory sound, all this kind of stuff. But down below is the Steam folder location. And once you know where that Steam folder location is, then you can see here. Go over to Steam. And once you find Steam, you go Omnisphere. Let's see, settings to the presets. Then inside of presets, there's a user folder. And then inside of here is the arpeggiator. That's where you put the arpeggiator presets. I have additional things in there, so don't try to look exactly like that. And then there's also for envelope. This is where the envelope presets right here. Del Norte comes with its own sidechain envelope presets. It's the only place to get those right now. And then if you go to effects and then to racks, this is where you will find the Plugin Guru. This is where you put the Plugin Guru effects racks. The distortion guitars effects, these are distortion presets that only come with MegaMagic Guitars Volume 2. And this is work that we use to build this library, so those are not files that I'm making available anywhere. But that's where you put presets from the download of the library if you want to. Now, what those do, those give you additional presets for the arpeggiator. If you go to your ARP and you hit the little triangle right here, at the bottom of the list, unfortunately it's at the bottom now, ARP presets, these are what show up. So you can use these to call up different ARP presets. The envelope presets show up when you hit the little triangle right here when you're on the envelope page. And you can go plug and glue envelope presets, and here's some presets to help you with default shapes and stuff to get things going. And then the effects are over here on the rack page, and right here in the left corner, you see right here where you have the plugin guru effects racks, and there's distortion right here where it says mix. The very first one, standard comp limiter. This will give your sound much more presence, and it will add a compressor and a limiter and turn on distortion, but turn it off. It's loaded but off until you want to turn it on. That gives the sound a lot more presence than what it does by default. It's kind of like just a sweetening thing to do. And then on top of that, and those are there for you if you want to program. If you don't program, you just are a preset player and you're writing music and stuff, you might not ever use those, so you might not have to load those. So I'm not sure what to get first, Omnisphere or Falcon. Falcon has a lot going for it. It doesn't have anywhere near the support that Omnisphere has. Omnisphere has a more broad range of sounds in some respects, but more limited in others. It doesn't come with brass and others like typical sample things like that. If you have Contact or another, in your DAW, you've got all sorts of things that you can use for getting more, orchestral, or use the free Contact player and you buy a brass library or something like that. But Omnisphere is a lot more fun to work with. It's an amazingly powerful synthesizer and limited playback sampler. Falcon slays it when it comes to sample mapping and sample manipulation. Fidelity-wise, Falcon sounds great. I think Omnisphere sounds equally great. It's a tough call, but I think the ease of use, the interface for Falcon takes a lot more to get used to. It's not laid out as intuitively. The live parameters, the things that you can do inside of Omnisphere that make it unique, make it probably my go-to. I mean, of all the synths, if I'm working on a track, every track will have some Omnisphere called up in something. I mean, I've got so many libraries for it, right? So I'm going to show you just a couple of the pad sounds. This is the Foggy Mountains. These are more synthetically Oscar Schindler. This is a really lovely kind of almost solo violin with this motion thing. This is actually, it started as a patch. A handful of these. This one, a stringy Vox. Sounds like all the stuff's in it. It's actually just two samples of, let's see if we get over here. It's the harmonics and the dark ensemble. This started as a patch by someone. So if we go initialize, stringy Vox SS. So if we go here to the patches, MegaMagic Violin. We're not on all. MegaMagic Violin. Go down to the pads, to stringy. What was it? What's it called? Yeah, stringy. So if I say stringy. Pad. Why am I not seeing it in my list? Oh my gosh. There, it's in string, not pads, as string. So, this was the original made by, I think it was Scott. I'm so horrible with names. Steve Seidman created this. And then we took it, and this is using the C4 sample and the C sharp 6 sample of the harmonics. And it works pretty well. Kind of falls apart down low. But watch this. When we go to the multi and call it the same thing, it sounds so much better because it's using, I think, 8 patches. Yeah. So it's fun to take some of the patches and blow them up into a multi. It takes a lot of work of remapping. I might do a video on just how to do this mapping thing because it's really a challenge. It takes a lot of work and thinking to get it to where, as you can see, what happens is this one's using the C3 sample and the E5 sample. You go to the next one, this is using the G3 sample. So we went up and then the C4 sample and then the G4 sample, and the C5 sample, and then the G5 sample. So by doing that, we're able to cover this range with different recordings of the instrument in the range that it's supposed to be playing. So it sounds more natural. When you're playing a chord here, let's do this. Let's play a big chord this way. Okay. And then let's initialize. Now that I remember where to go, it's STR, not pad. We go over here. There's a lot more parameters for I'm just here to initialize now, aren't there? And there it is. So let's play the same thing. This is just one sample. It's nowhere nearly as strong. Still sounds pretty good. But hear the difference? Okay. So multi-mode is where you find all these. Oh, we gotta show one more. Rivendell. This is my favorite. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings, and so this was just something I had to do. If you remember, inside of Omnisphere, in the choirs, there's these swells, and I love to work with those. And so I had the string swell to the shape of those choir swells, and then there's a patch called Babbling Brook sample right here. 7. Wait, what's going on? Oh, 6. 1, 2, yeah, 6. 6. Right here, Babbling Brook. So that is being used, the Rivendell's swell voices, and then I mapped which strings was it that I used? I believe it was the dark ensemble. So now we have this. Just let it ring out. I forgot to have my show MIDI up, so let's get that going. There. And stretch it. And say 5 octaves. And then the mod wheel works in the opposite. Bring the mod wheel all the way up. Everything but the water, the Babbling Brook goes away. So you can play chords, and there's no pad until you want it. If you need them fade out sooner, you can do that too. All right? So that one's really fun to play with. So it's initialize multis. Now program mode, it's like taking the gloves off. It goes all over the place, and it's seriously a ton of fun to explore and put these sounds and then play. It'll take two Omnisphere to do this, but if you go to the program mode, there's really cool basses. Oh, I'm on the wrong part. Go to part 1, clear. I wanted to have a nice, strong orchestral kind of bassing. So that's there. Pitsy knocker. Armed and Dangerous. A lot of people love this one. Speed it up. What's fun with this one is you kind of hear something in that attack. You don't know for sure what it is until you bring the mod wheel up. So that's a lot of fun to play with. There's all sorts of really cool some really cool stuff. Other customers, the Guru Nation contributed. Some out there. A Moment in Time. I actually built this demo based on this sound because it's so just powerfully cool. You play a chord. I have it so that it's looping. And then the mod wheel just brings in tons of stuff. And if you want this to loop not at 8ths, but like halftime or something, you can just go here and say halftime, and now it's faster. And you want to do that to both of these, so say halftime for this one too. Oh, I should say double time, not halftime. Double time, double time. Double time, double time. So that's the fastest way to speed up envelopes, to just use something like that. Alluring Suspense was another cool. Lots of cinematic stuff in here. Sequence glitches are great. So you could take something like this, have that start, and then put violins over the top of it, and you have a score. It's just... so much fun stuff to play with. Here's Memory Ripples. The idea was like you're looking at a pond that's got just drops falling. Then you bring up the mod wheel. It just disrupts it. 3-note magic. So there's 168 patches. It just goes all over the... Okay, too much coffee. So much guitar. And you turn off the distortion. Blow-ups. Some really nice keyboards. All over the place. Okay, there's kicks, there's leads. Love that sound, that's so cool. Beautiful pads. I even did one called Left 4 Dead, which is even the most disparate. Mod wheel for when the people come back. Just play with all the patches. There's so much here. Oscar's violin. It just goes on and on. When you think there's can't be any more creative, I mean, look at all the string patches, and they're lovely. I mean, I did kind of a synthy. They've got that snappy pitchy G in it. Stringy we showed, voices in the air. Right? 4 layers. Lovely stuff. Synth, there's some fun things in here. There's... Take your hands off the keys. He's using a mod envelope trick where it goes down, and then the second you let up, it goes up very quickly. You can't trigger a sample on release, but you can use the envelopes to do things like that. And then down here in textures, it's just all sorts of really cool... I mean, look at all these. There's just a ton of great textures to work with. Don't play chords with those because there's a lot going on. Any questions? Yeah, there's a ton of great sounds. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. You guys, lots of nice comments there. So let me play you a demo. Let me revert this real quick. So I'm going to be silent for just 1 second to revert to saved. Yeah. All right. So let me play this. This is a moment in time, the demo that starts with, I think, yeah, this sound. Oh my gosh, we might have to play a new demo live in the live stream. Let's see, kill the reverb off my voice for a second. Let's see here. What's going on? This is the funky demo I was telling you about. Let's see if I can save this and go show in Finder. And we'll drag this over in a minute. So let me play you this demo first, and then we're going to look at a demo from Bob Ditas without me ever actually even hearing it before. So we'll hear it together. So yeah, it's a concert hall. I'm using Altiverb, which has some just wonderful, this is a nice studio room. Listen to this with and then without, so you can see if you can tell a difference, okay? So here's the demo. And let me take you through what's doing what. I'm using Stylus RMX for the under rhythm, this. This is 2 patches. It's the 93 beat per minute shaker and then Elephant Boy perk. And I think I tuned it up, so it's up higher in pitch. I just wanted something that was just this energy that was not like in the way. And so those 2 elements worked nicely to give me that. A moment in time. This is a patch. As you can see, there's this automation of the mod wheel here. Okay, there's a melody. That is coming from the Magical Solo Violin multi that plays. On top of that, to make this fast, and because these are using multis, I also have another Altiverb, and then I'm using, where is it? Where are these guys? Hello? Oh, there it is. This is the arco strings right here, the spiccato. If you just hear these by themselves, right? And then remember that bass patch I showed you earlier? I'm using that at the same time. Right? Works really well together. And then I had another line of arco added to this. That's just 30-second notes. Oh, wait. Stop. Don't do that. And then I've automated volume in and out, so it's there and it's gone. And you want these parts to be as clean as you can if you're going to do percussion. And I kind of went crazy with percussion. There's timpani, which is coming from the the orchestral library, the sample library that comes inside of Contact 5. And that's just playing timpani. And I played rolls and stuff like that. The snare is actually coming from Damage, I believe. Oh no, I have orchestral snares coming too. So here it is with the orchestra snares. Oh wait, let's go like this and let's see, solo. With crashes. Right? So if we combine that with the orchestral stuff that I have going on here, that's just kind of keeping it calm and cool, right? Then I use Damage for the snare, just for the snare, nothing else. These kits from Damage have, but I think it's, which snare was it? I think it's this one here, solo. Oh, I did some toms and stuff too. So it's that snare. So when you combine that with the orchestra stuff and the orchestral sounds, it becomes this nice big accented. Right? Then it kind of gets crazy down here. This is using this really cool instrument that comes with Contact called Action Strikes. And they have different drums. And then the mod wheel will take you through samples. Each note is a different. So you don't play a lot of these, you just play one in the mod wheel. And now you have that war drum. Right? So I'm using that for two different sounds. So if we solo those two sounds and you hear them, a tom kind of sound, right? So if you put that with the other orchestral percussion, you get this really nice tight ensemble. And then you put the strings with this. And that's what I did for this. So that helps. And then a big texture hit at the end. I have Chris Kevin's asking, are there vibrato violin patches? What I have are these. I have vibrato, yes. So if we go MegaMagic violin, down the list, starting with the numbers, this is where they're in sequential order, and they match the numbers, match what they are in the other libraries. So vibrato is right here. And then the no vibrato is number 2, so no vibrato. But also the down up have vibrato with more natural phrasing, and then also motion slow. So there's 3 different approaches to vibrato. None of it that you control with real time, like no vibrato, add vibrato. I can't switch samples, and just an LFO on no vibrato samples sounds really bad. So now the lowest note she can't play and do vibrato, so G3. Even if you get to the vibrato G3, she did a thing to try to get vibrato a little bit, but you can't get vibrato like you can from a note with your hand on the neck. So, and it's actually nice that this, if you don't have this, if you map this down and take the vibrato and have it go down, it sounds bad. It's playing far lower than it should, but it also has this kind of like, so it's nice that it's the way it is. So, to play vibrato as a violin player, that's a challenge to do. Yeah, we actually, if you want to know the truth for this library, because pitch wavers so much on the violin, you just look or do, anything and the pitch would change. So we use Melodyne to carefully tune these samples so that they would waver all over the place. And so we very carefully massaged these samples so that they play in a more natural way. We weren't able to do like a lot of sample libraries. Partly why they charge so much money is because A, they're paying players a lot of money, and they have them come back over and over, and they fix notes that aren't right. And we didn't have the luxuries of doing that. This was one session in an afternoon. In one session, I did both viola and violin. And so we have to fix it after the fact months later, right? So we would take notes that needed fixed. So, yes. I'm going to load up one other demo. Hold on a second. All right, is audio back with reverb? Hello, testing, 1, 2. Am I back? I should be back. I think I'm back. Let me see. Let me go over here. Testing, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Jeff. I think Jeff's using a multi-output surround sound or something, so let's play his demo. We can play it another way. So this is it's called Violino Town. And he's in the room, so you can tell him how cool this is. I wanted to play so you could see it. Convert file. So let's play this. Check this out. This is a lovely demo. Oh, we gotta mute all these guys. Well, something was up. I don't know what, but this is a lovely demo. You can see the layout. Here's the layout of it. You can make it bigger. There. So right in here. And right here. Really great turn right there. All except for a cymbal. The cymbal's the only sound that's not in the library. Isn't it nice to hear nice strings? I love it. Great. Love it. Love that ending. Just don't know where the timing is. This is from Stefan Baer. He has a new library out for Zebra, by the way, that just came out. So check that out if you need Zebra patches. This is using the Synthy patches and stuff inside of Omnisphere in this library. Yeah, Jeff, well done, man. That's great. I wish I had a screen capture of what Stefan used. Isn't that nice? Isn't that bass? Isn't that cool? Oh my god. It's like, dude, are you killing me? You're killing me. And to show you the flexibility of Stefan. Here's another piece by Stefan. Everybody applaud. But this is using the strings to just like in a different direction. All from the library. Amazing. Isn't that cool? Great vibe. So Stefan provided those two, which is so awesome. Now Bob, Manfighter Music, is here. And so this is the demo he sent first. And then we're going to listen to another one that he's sending me a beta of together. So we get a... Love this one. Need ocean sounds on this. This is using the trio for the cello to start. The library. It's crazy. Beautiful stuff. Isn't that great? I've been on the beach where that was written. And then he just sent me this. So well done, Bob. Applause. Here's Funky Games. I haven't even heard this. So we're hearing this together using the library, and I think Super Macho Drums in this. Haha, cool. Dude! Oh, two. Everybody together. Oh my God. Okay, yes, you must finish that. That is so nice. By the way, Bob lives in Greece, so he's got some of that European. That's just so many of you guys are in Europe. It's really cool. Really, really, really cool, Bob. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very fun. Yeah, I felt Inspector Gadgety myself. You know, like some, you know, this is Jacques Cousteau. I can solve this crime, I'm sure. It's like, let's see if we're like, I know I can solve it. I've got the clues lined up. This will take no problem at all. Now get out of my way. I can't drive. Where's my glasses? Oh my gosh. Well done. So fun. Love to hear stuff like that. So I'm sharing something with you guys for the first time. I haven't never heard that. So little exclusive. Yeah, it's fun to have so many of you guys are so talented. And man, it's an honor to get to work with people like you and just collaborate and, you know, sit and have a live chat like this. It's so cool. Well, hey, so the library is out. It's got so much stuff. I mean, to be able to go from this feel that from that to this to from the same library to so it's oh man, so happy. So tonight, check this out. I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is really fun. Airwave. You guys know Airwave. If you don't know Airwave, Airwave is a mad genius that I am blessed to be able to have. I've worked with him for, gosh, like 4 years now, since the first Airwave library came out. This library really opened the door for me. His multis, do I still have his multis in here? These multis that he did, oh, I don't have them loaded up, but his multis opened up the door. It's like, oh my gosh, you can do stuff like this. Anyway, he's playing 3 hours away from me in Seattle tonight from 10 to 2 in the morning. He's on an airplane flying there from Berlin right now. Or actually, he's in Brussels, Belgium. So I am actually picking him up at SeaTac Airport, and I'm going to be his driver to get him around and hang out, see the show, meet him. I can't wait. I've never met this man in person, and he's released 2 of these just incredible libraries of stuff. He's working on volume 3. He's told me what's coming. You guys are going to have your minds completely blown. So Airwave is coming to Seattle, and I'm going to pick him up at the airport and hang out with him. So that's what's going. So I need to cut this just a little short, get everything ready. More impersonations. Yes, he is a trance legend here in the States too. A lot of people don't know who he is, but my God, the stuff he's done, the sounds that he's created, the mixes and all the albums He has something like over 400 tracks he's released. I mean, it's pretty staggering, his catalog of... I mean, you can build these up so fast. Let's go down here. Great sounds. That's just 3 patches randomly selected from Airwave Volume 2. Volume 3 will blow your minds. I mean, just in... we're not even going to talk about it because we're in violin land. But man, whoo! There's some cool stuff happening there. I've been having a great time build things for the Signs of Life Costa Rica sound design adventures. Bernie and the ESC team is working on something really, really cool. Robert Dudzik, who created a lot of the sounds that are in Damage and other libraries, is in the East Coast making unbelievable sounds for Percussive Volume 2. So there's all sorts of great things happening. It's good to be around and have this be what we were working on. Love it. I love it. I love it. I will tell Airwave hello from all of you. And thank you as always for your support, for being just awesome customers. If you buy the library and you enjoy using it, I would appreciate if you take a minute. I'll just say this. All the libraries you buy, you can go at the bottom of the page. There's a place to write a review. And those help so much to get reviews going. So if you can do that, I would be greatly appreciative. So write a review. Okay? All right, I'm out of here. I hate to leave you when there's I could be playing this so much stuff. So would there be a way to set up your website so that it shows stuff we've already bought? You know, I've been asking my guys, asking them to come up with something like that. And the e-commerce people that I'm using, they don't have that ability. So I'm gonna have to probably custom script it with some people on my web design. I would love to have that. There's all sorts of complete my purchase, buy the, but those are all custom things people do on their websites. Isotope does great things. Hey, you need to do upgrades to get this. I can't do any of that. I'm lucky it's doing what it's doing. I wish. I've asked for that for over a year. But I'm not giving up, but we got to figure out how to do it ourselves because my e-commerce is not going to help me. Anyway, thank you for your support. I hope if you have questions, you can send them to me. I'm happy to answer them. Money back guarantee on all my libraries, of course. So I just want to make sure you remember there's patches that are out there, and then there's the multis that are... in the multi mode, because you can't, if I took this and used just one of these patches, like let's say we get rid of this, remove this, let's just mute all the others, mute, and I think we just got 3, right? 1, 2, oh, we're just gonna use the top one second, so we can go over here and say mute. If I use this string, this is why you can't do this as a patch. If we put this across here as a patch, it's cool for a synth sound. So we made lots of cool synth sounds kind of like that kind of thing, right? But when you take this and you use a whole bunch of string samples, sounds like that. Because one sample of strings falls apart so quickly. So if you were to have just this guy here. So let's say we solo this guy. Right? And we took And he stops. See, he only plays a small range of the keyboard right here. If I say go down lower, it falls apart there. And up here it's not playing, so let's make it go higher. So now, that versus much different. Even with just 8 samples, we got really lucky with the right samples so you can play it. But yes, we are always busy, you know? Yeah, you can play the all sorts of things with that stuff. All right, I got to get ready to go. Thank you for your support. Thanks for hanging. It was a really good time. We will do this again, I promise. Be well. May the groove be with you. May the violins and the angels be with you. Peace. See you later. Bye. Oh, wait. Shout out. Shout out. Oh, thank you. Philip, remember the shout outs. Oh, my. Okay, shout out. Out from Portland. Thank you, dog. Sweden, Spain. Where else is represented today? I want to know all the countries. Albany. Sweet, Paul. Bavaria. Harold. Good job, buddy. Holland. Isn't it crazy? Canada. I love it. I love it. Marcel and Bernie are in Holland. From Germany for Gareth. Kevin's in California. Camus. Middle of Germany. Worldwide. It's global. Love it. North Bend, Washington. Hey, Ed. Good to see you, man. Ed's awesome. Sound into the Right UK. Wow. Isle of Wight. I want to go there and take pictures. Let me come take pictures. Shout out from good job, Ivar in Norway. Denmark. It's global. It's a good thing. Love it. So if you guys can all do one other thing, copy the link to the Magic violins and put it onto some public forum somewhere. Talk about it. Share it with your friends. Get the word out there. You guys are my little word guys. Go out there and share the good vibes everywhere so everybody knows. Okay? Thanks again, and I'll see you later.